to start right now. Okay, let's make sure I press the right button. And there we go. Oh, oops, forgot to turn that off. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Today is going to be pretty much the last draft of the year. We're going to be... And I thought I was going to be drafting regular, but it turns out that there's like about 3 hours left. Here, I'll show you. Yeah, there's like a little less than 3 hours left for traditional cube. So you know what? We're gonna go for it. We're gonna do this one last time. Also, a little bit of yeah, no pressure. Just draft as much as we want to. Let's see how well it turns out. So I wonder how everyone's doing this year. I wonder how everything goes. Definitely by the start of next year, we'll probably see what the formats are up. I want to see if there's any special ones before we get to Kaldheim. But other than that, we're ready to draft. We're just waiting for the last seat to fill up. And come on, last seat. Just one more seat. Come on, dude. We're just waiting for you. Hey, wakey. Come on. Oh, man. Just waiting for the last seat. Sometimes it could be a problem. You have no control. It's going to be annoying if it turns out that this seat is already here and we have to restart waiting again. Come on, 10 seconds. Don't. Come on. No. Oh, dear. Okay, and this is what happens if the seat does not fill up. Or was it because of a disconnect? Yep. One or more players did not ready up in time. So we're rebuilding the queue. That happens. It will happen from time to time. So last shot at the traditional cube draft. I wonder if I should be doing another draft, but I'm actually quite fine doing cube. Also, I'm really curious. I do know that sometimes yeah, bitrate is quite fine. It's not quite 1400, but it's close. Yikes. You know, if this takes quite a while to fill up, okay, it's starting to fill up a bit. I'm just concerned that if we end up with another restart, I may want to consider doing a regular premier draft. Oh, come on. Well, I guess it's also the fact that it is quite near the end of the year, so sometimes these seats are not gonna fill up quite as well. Tempted to just drop out and try again, but we're all here. I guess if it starts cutting out, then I have something to be concerned about. Other than that, yeah, the other event that's happening right now is the Historic Shakeup. I'm still thinking what deck to take for Historic Shakeup. I already have a deck that I've always wanted to try, but I never got around to. It's the black-red Croxa deck. You know, the one with Archfiend's Vessel, Stitcher Supplier, the one that just likes to bring out Croxa again and again for value and funsies. I even had the 4 Thoughtseize ready, but it turns out I won't be able to use them. Silly me. Okay, so we're taking a look at. Okay, first we're verifying that yes, it is indeed a cube draft, and maybe I've watched too many videos of Supreme Draft of MTG. I've been watching quite a few from Caleb and Kenji, but yeah, it's hard to evaluate stuff after you've seen a really busted one. I really want to avoid triple white here. Safest bet's probably Sarkhan. Siren Storm Tamer is fine. Yeah, there's nothing really great. I might want to just take Sarkhan and go for it. Yeah, let's just go for Sarkhan. Maybe we can go multicolor. We can go to multicolor stuff. We got plain white Celebration. There's a Royal Eruption that's always solid. It's not busted, but it is solid. Another thing we can possibly do is like hit Dryad of the Elysian Grove and see if we can start hitting more stuff. Well, we're not going to get that many Planeswalkers, so we should not count on that. Like, Dryad is safe. Kiora, kind of safe. It's kind of like a ramp spell. That can sometimes do good things. I'm not too sure about jumping into green after passing quite the... And I'm going to be passing a lot more green right now. I'm going to just take the Royal Eruption. It's a boring pick, but it's still a pick. It's boring, but it's solid. That's the one thing I can go with. Okay, so now... Also note that the last two packs barely have any black here. So they also barely any red. So I can just go red with Siege Gang Commander, but that's another 5-mana spell. I can play it safe with Never to Return. That's a bit of removal. I can also start considering white. We have quite a few options here. Like Cast Out's always good. No, Cast Out's pretty much the only one I consider. It's really between these three. I could try for an aggro style deck. I'll take the Siege Gang first. We'll see what comes back. I'm probably gonna end up with a multicolored card on the return end. Okay, so red not so great, but we have some other interesting options like Command the Dreadhorde, but it's too expensive. Ranger of Eos, but we need to find a lot of 1-drops. Magma Quake, each creature without flying and each planeswalker. This is actually quite possibly a good pick. It is a board wipe. It's not the best board wipe, but still a board wipe. It kind of hurts our Siege Gang Commander, but doesn't hurt Sarkhan, so that's one way we can play around it. I'm gonna take the Magma Quake. So we might actually be in the lookout for blue. Well, we got Hell Rider. It combos quite well with Siege Gang. Got a Beanstalk Giant. That one kind of helps us ramp a bit. It's also a big top end. Domri's Ambush, also more removal, but I want to avoid going to green after all the green I passed. Feed the Swarms, always removal. I'll just take the Hell Rider. So we could actually just go mono red. Well, though it's kind of boring. In fact, at this point, I'm probably going to start taking some black cards on the hope that we get black or blue-black come back. So definitely going to take the Fatal Push here. There's a Claim the Firstborn. I'm hoping that one comes back. If not, at least the Egg. And, I really like Lannery Storm. Reckless Rage is also another one. This one might come back. Although we're more likely to get Body Double or one of these weirdos. I'm going to take the Lannery Storm here. So, slight early shell. We can be on the lookout for more early red stuff. I'm kind of hinging our bets on Fatal Push. I know we're not going to get much red on the return, so we're really looking to see what our options for secondary color is. It's quite possible that we might have shunted that we're not going to get any black back. Like second pick, there's only one. Cry of the Carnarium is also a good sweeper. Bastion of Remembrance is kind of burn. There's Eldest Reborn. It's good removal and a good way to get some stuff back. Like we can get Sarkhan or Siege Gang Commander back. Which of the more's interesting, but we're not exactly life gain. So it's really between Bastion and Eldest Reborn. There's also Cry of the Carnarium, which we can use as a sweeper. I'm going to just take... I'm going to take the Bastion. I probably should take Eldest Reborn, but okay, so here's the return pick. We did get a Whisper, but I was kind of expecting that. That one's pretty much the weakest of it. Blue did not get... Green was taken, but none of the blue was taken. Like, we can go Mardu. I can just take the Sajiri Shelter for no good reason. Whisper, kind of weird. I might just take it to signal that black is not open. Let's just go for that. Okay, we got the Skophos. We got the Hedron Archive, which might be something. Nimble Obstructionist is kind of okay. Hieroglyphic Illumination. If it turns out we could go blue-red spells, that's something we can consider. Hedron Archive's no, probably too slow for what we're trying to do. I might want just the Illumination. Let's see if we can speculate on that. Okay, we got a lot of good blue cards back. I'm actually going to take the Brineborn Cutthroat. See if we can speculate on some instance. Maybe we can go that way. So we actually have some options here between Fatal Push, Bastion, Brineborn, Hieroglyphic. We don't have that many instants quite yet. There's a Goblin Banneret, which is kind of okay. Curiosity is interesting. Pelaka Predation, I guess I can just take this one. It counts as a land, so we'll go with that. And okay, Black came back, so we have options in Crypt Breaker, which is very good early aggro. I probably will take that over Archfiend. Got the Spectral Sailor and a Golden Egg, so let's take the Sailor. And the Body Double came back. That's it. Well, no one's really in that kind of deck. Okay, on the second pack right now, I really wish I was blue-black between Hostage Taker, Thief, Sanity. Chain Whirler, triple red. I might be better off just taking the Eliminate, though. The Chain Whirler can be really busted if we can get out early. Like, I can just go mostly red at this point. I can also take Karn, but Karn is more like a value engine. I'm gonna go with a Chain Whirler. Or should I just take the Eliminate? No, I'm taking Chain Whirler. We're gonna see how much red is available. We're gonna try to pick off as much red as possible. Yeah, red is kinda like the dull colors. And this would be the third time I'm in red. Okay. We have an Embercleave, we have a Rekindling Phoenix. I'm hoping we can get the Skyclave Shade back. We're probably not gonna get Arena back. We might get Electro Dominance back. Now I'm willing to take the Phoenix because without the proper removal spell, this one's just very hard to remove. Embercleave, we don't quite have the creature base. I'm gonna take the Phoenix. It's the safer pick. Okay, there's a Phyrexian Obliterator that I probably don't want to run. There's a Mayhem Devil that we could run. Now we don't have much in the way of sacrifice, but it's a 3 drop. Actually, we have some treasures we can sacrifice. This token is a sacrifice. Siege Gang Commander is a sacrifice. It's either that or Lava Coil. I probably want to take the Mayhem Devil. So we're gonna solidify ourselves into. Oh, and we can kind of do Whisper, but first, do I want to go double black after just committing to triple red? Kind of, because this is a threat that's gonna keep coming back if nothing happens. I really don't like passing both the Devil's Play and, well, actually Giant's Emulating Inferno not so much. So, got the Fanatical Firebrand. I'm gonna take the Anax. Again, we still don't have that much. We don't have that much black yet. I'm probably gonna put in the Predation as a land. Whisper's probably not gonna make the cut. So, Crypt Breaker. It's an early option. We're not exactly into a lot of zombies, but it can get us. But we are lacking early. We are lacking early action. It's a good way to get it going. Like turn 1 Crypt Breaker, turn 2 discard a card. We have a bit of a creature base already. Then our turn 3 stuff can start going. We need to, but we need to solidify it a bit more. As it is, we really don't want to be getting any more 5s. And right after I say that, we get hit with 2 5s, and there's a Bag of Holding. There's a Karn's Bastion. Niv Mizzet, but we're in. You know what? We'll take the Torbrand. But we really need to. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Dragon Skull Summit. The Incinerator's a big pick. We might just get Witch's Cauldron back or Field of Ruin. So yeah, let's solidify our mana base a little bit at least. That's so mostly red. So again, we're still aiming for that one. We really need to fit, but we really need to get better picks. So it's possible that a lot of other people are also in red, or it's just that the packs are slightly dry. Okay, ooh, perfect. Young Pyromancer. We do have enough. We have a few. 1, 2, 3. Okay, not that many, but we're gonna be on the lookout for that. It's also a cheap 2-drop. Well, the Eliminate came back, so we're definitely taking that. That's another piece of removal, another instant and or sorcery. Electro Dominance came back. That's another instant or sorcery. So, but then again, I probably will have to choose between one of the two. Well, they're both instant. Pilaka Predation could be an instant or sorcery, but we're still leaving that on the land slot. So we need to see, but we really need to shore up our 1-2 slot. Right now, it's sorely lacking. What we have, 5-2. Wait, 5-2 drop. 5-2 drops. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, these two don't count. There's no way we're casting these as 2-drops. This, like, 3-drop at worst. We got an Agadeem's Awakening to get stuff back. We got a Canyon Slough for the mana. We got Bolas's Citadel, which... I'm already committed to triple red. I don't want to commit to triple black. We're taking the Canyon Slough. So at least our mana is going to be quite good. I can take Saheeli because at least it's red. Okay, got Flaming Fanatical Firebrand. I'm probably not going to... I'm more likely to run the Experimental Overload. Wait. But Exquisite Blood... Oh, see? Incinerator came back. I don't know if I will actually play it. And what do we have here? Call of the Death Dweller. This one's actually good to getting stuff back, but we first actually need to have actual stuff. I don't want repeated reverb. It's simply too expensive for what we're doing. I can just take Filigree Familiar. It's a color agnostic 3-drop. Soulscar Mage. We don't have a lot of burn, but we can kind of benefit off the prowess. But I would rather have more solid 2-drops and so. Also, the problem with Call of the Death Dweller, we're not exactly getting much. What are we getting back? Pyromancer, Firebrand, Crypt Breaker, Annex, Landry Storm, Chain Ruler, Mayhem Devil. Okay, we have a few options. In fact, Chain Ruler, Call of the Death Dweller was always the busted. You know what? We'll take it. I have faith we will get Thoughtseize. Thoughtseiz's always good. I feel bad passing the Pyromancer, but we do have to take turn 1 Thoughtseize. And just with that, our mana is now a mess. Oh, I have to also now decide between Blood Artist, not the best 2-drop. I might rather actually have the Chainer's Edict. There's Insult to Injury, which can actually catch people out of nowhere, even if it's sorcery speed. I'll take the Chain. I might actually just take the Blood Artist though. Come on, give us reds. Okay, perfect. We have an Earthshaker Kenra and a Lightning Strike. We kind of need creatures. I will take the Kenra. The Lightning Strike, everyone will take. Kenra maybe not. In fact, I might be safer taking the Lightning Strike. Respond to their stuff early, then drop. We actually have 14 creatures. I'm going to go for the Lightning Strike. Okay, now we have to choose. Then I want to stick with the red team, so I'm going to go with Grim Lavamancer. So, in fact, Crypt Breaker might be a weaker. It's actually still quite good, but I have to make some decisions. I might cut the Electro Dominance. I might cut the Magma Quake. Actually, we can sideboard these for now. Okay, now I have to decide between... Actually, these are all good options. Playcrafter. Just knock something off. Slaughter Priest of Mogus whenever you sacrifice a permanent. And it gives us sacrifice outlets. Also a good 2-drop. There's also the Hellhound, but it's pretty much just a 2-3 most of the time. Yeah, I'm going to take the Slaughter Priest. We might actually get the Hellhound back. So, again, that's... So we did accomplish our goal of getting mostly red. Now it's a question of whether we'll actually make the most out of it. So right now we're at 15 and 8. This is a very good mix. We have the Predation as if we need it. Got some early we got a lot of early removal between Fatal Push, Eliminate, Strike, and Eruption. Pillar of Flame over and Mythos of Netroy. We're never gonna cast this except as a destroy target creature. We probably might need it. I'm actually gonna just take the... I'm gonna take the Mythos because that's a good sideboard card at least. Okay, we got... Oh wow, more options. Rimrock Knight, Scorching Dragonfire, Obosh the Prey Piercer. We're not gonna see any of these cards back. We need to solidify our 2-drop slot, so... I'm actually gonna take the Rimrock Knight. Probably should have taken the Scorching Dragonfire, but we only have one young Pyromancer. There's no guarantee we're gonna always hit it. Soulscar Mage came back, so that's also another option. So something to remember. And in fact, okay, and the Temple of Malice came back too. Also, the young Pyromancer came back. This helps our mana a lot. This one's just another aggro creature. I think I will just take the temple. We don't have any spectacle cards, so we're not exactly going to be taking advantage of the ping 2. So I might actually prefer Rimrock Knight in that case. The Blood Artist is probably probably the one that has to go. It's a bit of a weirdo case. So we're actually red black mid range. We're not, as in most of our stuff's in the 2, 3, 4 slot. The Chainer's Edict came back. Demonic Pact is a bit risky for us. We don't have a way of bouncing this, but we might as well go for it. There's a Kazul's Fury. I think I'll actually take the Fury. It's yet another land. Okay, we got Find Finality as an option. Veto is not so great. We'll actually take the Find Finality. It's just a green card away. Vengeful Rebel, so we can shift gears if the mon... Okay, even more removal. I think our creature counts enough. We'll take the Erebos' Intervention. We'll make adjustments there. So we actually hit all our colors. That's the good news. The bad news is, are we sure that the deck is gonna work? So yeah, so for those tuning in, this is how the deck came out. We are we're pretty much red black. But I really don't want to be running 7/7. Yeah, I think like 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 9 black sources, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 red sources. So we're running 17 lands. We need to decide which card is the weakest here. Torbrand's actually how many? Because I probably want, if I'm gonna make a cut, it's probably gonna be a black card. I think Bastion's the card that gets cut. This one. Yeah, we're sacrificing a lot of stuff. It does make sense, but it's also the weakest of the bunch. I'm actually gonna cut the Bastion. If it turns out we're fighting against someone that's even more aggro or has a lot of big stuff, I'll side that in. Remember, we're in traditional, so we have chances here. So Bastion's a possible side in. Mythos is a possible side in. Vengeful Rebel, probably a good side in, but I don't want to cut any of our red for this right now. I could conceivably cut Torbrand to lower the curve. Though Annex gives us red creatures, Siege Gang Commander gives us red creatures. I'm gonna leave it as this, like this for now. And we're going to see if we need to make changes to the deck as we go along. So how do I rate this deck? Well, it's more red, so yeah, kind of wish I had one of those Angrat sleeves. So here we go, and it turns out we have like 5.5 hours to finish our matches. Well, I don't think we're gonna take very long on that. With the way our deck's built, we're gonna either win quickly or lose quickly. We don't have much in the way of card draw. So the War of Attrition is a problem. Something I have to keep in mind. So opponent's probably gonna go first. Very slow, but we do have the triple red if we need to Chain Whirler into Annex. So we're hoping to find early stuff, or find our opponent. Well, looks like our opponent's going to try to ramp quickly. Now take note, we're only hitting two CMCs with this. Nessian Horn Beetle's fine. So next turn we can go... I actually want to play Annex, then... Well, okay, the Chain Whirler looks great right now, but I want to play Annex first. Okay, roll your options. Actually, I'm gonna play the Mayhem Devil first. Because I suspect our opponent has an enchantment-based removal. Next turn, I want to play... Opponent's making tokens. Next turn, I really want to play Torbrand. This will hit for 5. I'm curious if our... Well, it can't be Kogla. Our opponent's 1 mana short. Though next turn is an issue. I'm hoping our opponent goes wide because we can set up Torbrand into Chain Whirler. 3 damage across the board is still quite fine. I'm actually tempted to just... Well, I'm gonna definitely play Torbrand first no matter what. But again, I'm really concerned our opponent might, like... Green-white is not only just some small creature color... Well, it's creature colors, but it's also enchantment colors. I'm actually gonna just take for now. Let's see what our opponent has on the kickback. Actually, it was... Yeah, because I was normally tempted to play Anax first because if they have regular removal. But that would be true if I saw red or black. I saw green and white, so they might have fight cards, but not at this strength level. Well, I was expecting them to drop a big creature. Opponent... Vascular Fortification. Let's see if our opponent's able to pump this beyond 3, then that's something. Actually, our opponent is 1 permanent away from giving this flying. Funny enough, we have the mana to Chain Whirler and Royal Eruption if the need arises. So let's see what our opponent does. Inscription of Abundance goes for the fight, takes both out. So that's actually, yeah, that's actually fine. Because what we can do now is just drop Anax, hold up Lightning Strike if we have to. We don't get the Chain Whirler. We don't get the Chain Whirler plan, but we still have something. Opponent's down to 2 cards. Opponent plays Katar's Crusade. Whenever a player sacrifices, we'll ping our opponent. They need an actual creature to... No creature, so... I'm actually gonna just Lightning Strike this now. Before they can make more tokens. I'm gonna hold this for now. I'm pretty sure our opponent's gonna play whatever card they draw. Felgar Retreat. Oh wow, it's so super late. Like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that does it. And I don't have to show the rest of the cards. Okay. I do... Well, maybe show the Royal Eruption. Technically, I didn't have to. Opponent... But it was worth going for it. I think if our opponent had they probably drew the retreat late. So our opponent does have creatures. I'm not convinced about the size. So Magma Quake, not so much. Bastion of Remembrance might be worth it. I'll play it as is for now. Then we'll give it a try in the we'll give it a try again in the next round. See if how that goes. Like I didn't exactly want to take the risk. Our opponent had a escape plan there. Ay, ay, ay. So opponent's still sideboarding. They're probably sideboarding really hard. Though our opponent drew what? What? 2 creatures, 1 fight spell. No, 3 creatures. We killed that horn beetle. Yeah, it was just 3 creatures, 1 fight spell. An enchantment that was very good if it didn't come down too late. Another same thing for the Felidar Retreat is actually a very good combo with the Qatar's Crusade. In fact, it could be quite broken. It's just that we have to look for a faster hand. We have to be faster than our opponent. It's actually a good. It might actually be a good reason to cut, say, some of the more expensive cards in favor of, say, a Magma Quake or an Electro Dominance, or even the Mythos of Netroid. Just another pinpoint kill spell is fine. So, hey, Jericho, if you actually be a good reason to cut. Yeah, Jericho, thank you for stopping by. Thanks for liking the video. How was your year? I'm really curious. Now, not keepable. Like, sure, we have Pyromancer Eliminate, but if we fail to draw a red source, we're in trouble. Okay, this is more reasonable. And we have a 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna just bin the Incinerator. Yeah, Incinerator is probably the one card that goes. So, turn 1 Slew, turn 2 Slaughter Priest, turn 3 Anak. Yeah, having 3 dual lands helps us, considering our... If our opponent is able to grow this, it'll be a shame because it means we missed the boat. Oh no, he didn't get to grow it. So I'm pretty sure our opponent just takes it. I probably should not have played the land. Yeah. Things that's fine because it means it's not pinging us. So we kind of need one more land for Phoenix, but we're actually quite good between Anax and the other stuff. Felidar Retreats there. We did hit the other land, so I will play Rekindling Phoenix first. And unless our opponent has yeah, because if you're just playing one creature at the time, that might be a problem. Stonecoil Serpent, X equals 5. Okay, so they're... So this... So I'm actually going to attack with both. I want to put the fear of even though this is sorcery speed, I just want to put the fear of it. Okay, not enough fear. So much for an overpowered Anax, but I'll take it. So next turn we have Hell Rider as an option. But our opponent basically has to answer the Phoenix or be... Armorcraft Judge, draw a card. Okay, that's fine. We'll take 3. So it's a bit of a race right now. Erebos' Intervention kind of helps. Like, I could play Hell Rider just to sneak in even more damage. I can also play Anax just to so that if our opponent takes out Phoenix, we actually benefit from it. Yeah. We're missing mana, but let's see. Our opponent might be more Our opponent actually went for the... Oh, they actually have Coco. Okay, let's see what they churn up. If they have a flyer, we Erebos' Intervention. No, they have a Talia. And a Season Hollowblade. We do have a Call of the Death Dweller. Well, that's kind of... Oh, it still works. So, we could just take 8. Or... okay, we hit mana. So... 5, 6... oh wait, there you go. Let's see. Our opponent doesn't have a way to gain life. So I just swing with everything. If they have no way of sniping the Phoenix, we're good. So wait, 4, 5, 6... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I have to attack with all. Now that forces our opponent to have an answer. They don't have an answer Phoenix. So if I had to choose again between Embercleave and Phoenix, Phoenix is probably more relevant. So there we go. We got our first match win. Opponent actually put up a bigger fight in the second game. It was quite close. We just got our opponent low enough, and yeah, they did not have any answers to the Rekindling Phoenix. So there we go. So 2 more matches left. 1 more match, at least we get our money back. So that's the good news. I would like to get a 3-0 for once, but I'm actually fine with this. Yeah, let's say I lost that match after seeing everything our opponent had, Mythos of Netroy will come in, Incinerator comes out, because we're not exactly dealing enough damage. Electro Dominance might come, no, Magma Quake comes in. Yeah, we're keeping this one. We won't benefit off certain creatures, but so, Ruin Crab. No. No, bad boy. Okay, so we know our opponent has a mill-like strategy, so we want to prioritize actual burn spells. Oh, don't click that one. We're still gonna play Slaughter Priest. So next turn, the Rekindling Phoenix might... So if our opponent plays something cheap, I can just ping with Firebrand, swing with Mogus. Alternately, I could just burn the Visionary, swing with Mogus, Rejuvenator. Okay, so there's our ping plan. In fact, if we want to get super greedy, I could play Rekindling Phoenix, sack Rekindling Phoenix, hope our opponent doesn't have removal for the token. Opponent is accelerating quite a bit, so Field of the Dead is a concern. We really need to draw something that's not a land. Fatal Push counts. Okay, so Rekindling Phoenix. Bit concerned that we've used up quite a bit of resources. Our opponent's still holding up a lot of stuff. They've had 1 of each land, so they're definitely representing Field of the Dead. Okay, got ourselves a Storm. and with the treasure token that's generated, we can actually just... Okay, let's attack first. We make a treasure token. Like, I can make it 4-8. Opponent has to respond with something. Trick's Sudden Storm. Okay. Now, this will not hit it. It's CMC 5. So we're gonna see who our opponent blocks. Okay. So let's do some math. So that's 6. I think I want to just hold this up. 6, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's kind of greedy. Yeah, let's go for it. Kind of wish I had one more mana, then I would have sacrificed. Then I would have sacrificed this to pump the Slaughter Priest again. If our opponent has a board wipe, I lose everything and just stuck with a Fatal Push, then that's a problem. Opponent hits 7 mana, no Field of the Dead, but you can expect a big Hydroid Crassus X equals 6, which is actually fine because, okay, grows this one. Did not want the other land, but Fatal Push is enough. So yeah, and that's it. So we know our opponent is playing a big mana deck. We can expect stuff like big Planeswalkers. So Magma Quake might be good. No, I kind of want Electro Dominance as an option. Vengeful Rebel, maybe? Not so much, because our opponent literally just played only one big creature and a bunch of small ones. So Eliminate, Lightning Strike, Royal Eruption are fine. Kazul's Fury is going to be fine. I kind of want to keep everything as is. Like, we know our opponent has big stuff, so we are slightly incentivized to keep the Incinerator. But you know what? I'm going to cut Incinerator, put in Mythos of Detroit, because we know our opponent has something that's relatively big. So we're going to start with that one for now. Then you're going to see any other changes that we're going to do. Okay. Yeah, quality is dipping a little bit. But we did fight for our colors. We fought for red, and we profited quite a bit on red. The black is just a little bit gravy. Yeah, I really wish I have a green screen now. People will walk in from time to time. That's kind of how things go. Also, yeah, it looks like our opponent is taking a while to decide on what their sideboard plan is. They're definitely increasing their speed, so we may have to consider that Siege Gang Commander and Sarkhan might actually be too slow now. We're also lucky that Hydroid Crassus always CMC2 no matter what, so perfect Fatal Push target. And they only gain half life. They didn't gain the full life, so we're able to still swing through. Opponent is taking their time. But we have to be very careful. I would not be surprised if our opponent has an Ugin. If our opponent just keeps ramping up really, so we really cannot keep a slow hand. So we need to see 2 drop, 3 drop, 4 drop at least. Or we need to be able to play something on turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. We should at least have those options. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, okay, that's fine too. If our first play is turn 3, that's very slow. We might be in trouble. So we better be able to, if we're gonna start turn 3, we better have a lot of plays lined up. Turn 2 instant speed removal, that might be fine too, considering our opponent's going first. Their early creatures are on the softer side. Turn 1 Thoughtseize, that probably would be perfect too. Opponent's really taking their time. Oh wait, no. Did our opponent just... Okay, this is not so great. I don't know if just some timing out on this one means I have to wait for our opponent. Like, let's see. I have no way of viewing the clock right now. I can view my friends. I can view myself. I can't view the clock. I don't know whose clock's running. Presumably it's the opponent's clock. Okay, their timer started running. If any, I can say that, yeah, this is not a powered vintage cube. We're playing 3 colors is always going to be risky. The last draft I did, that one was a huge die roll in itself. It was a miracle I was still able to win 2 games. Actually, that second game was a miracle itself. Yeah, opponent really just gave up on that one. So, yeah. On the bright side, well, bad news is we got fewer games. On the bright side, at least it means we can end a little bit earlier. So, nice level. So we have one last match here. If we win, this would be the first time we profit in Cube Draft. I usually get one. No, I usually play Premier, and even then, I don't remember 7-0. I don't remember 7-0ing a Cube Draft. But yeah, if you know the strengths of your color, that's pretty much how you have. That's pretty much what you go on. So, yeah, generally the question of whether you play or draw. Yeah. Oh, we have a Grim Lavamancer. We have some removal. We have a Mayhem Devil turn 3. Super risky. I'm willing to take the risk. If our opponent spends removal on Grim Lavamancer, so be it. We do have all our colors, but we be reminded that black is not our primary color, so if we start drawing our double reds, we are in trouble. Actually, now I have an Actually, I'm gonna try to put a little pressure early. Yeah, I need to decide because I was thinking between Canyon Slough and just playing the Mountain Lavamancer. At least, okay, so our opponent is playing removal colors. We can kiss the Lavamancer goodbye. I will definitely place. Oh, opponents even has the Blood Crypt and the Croc. Take 3. We don't have Graveyard removal. We don't have a Graft Digger's Cage. Okay, we do have a Firebrand though. Let's hope our opponent does not have Cry of the Carnarium. I'm gonna really cry if our opponent does. Grixis colors. Okay, so at least our opponent's not Murderous Rider and the Lavamancer. That's fine. Oh. Because this can only take 3 or greater. And we're not exactly going to be able to take out Murderous Rider. Our only advantage is that we know it will take 2 more lands before our opponent can play Croxa. Opponent plays Murderous Rider. Nothing removal for that. What's... We'll swing first. Oh, I played the land already. Yeah, because I was debating which one I would play. Yeah, I'm gonna end the turn here. Basically, I want to decide if I want to snipe. Okay, opponent is ways away from casting Croxa. Merfolk Scavenger mills 4 cards. Those are good cards. Not quite Cauldron familiar, but we're kind of in that territory. So we need to see where opponent's not playing that. Okay. So since we know our opponent's a ways away, we can safely go for Erebos' Intervention X3. Do they have a? They might have a counter spell. Supreme Will. Okay. So if we hit, we did not hit the mana. We did hit Call of the Death Dweller, but what are we getting back? Fanatical Firebrand. Yet. Oh wait, there we go. Let's first play this as a land. Fanatical Firebrand, Young Pyromancer. So Death Touch on Firebrand, Menace on Pyromancer. So now we can threaten to snipe. Okay, opponent plays Secret Keeper. Let that resolve. Yep, that snipes the... Yep, Call of the Death Dweller. Well, I did not get Chain Whirler, but that was second place. Okay. Yep, sneak through. That Rimrock Knight did pay off. What were my... I had a bunch of other choices there. They were basically... I think they were 1-drops. Okay, so our opponent... We don't exactly have a way to interact with their graveyard. But we know we have to face off with the possible 6/6. So... Netroid comes in... Incinerator comes out... Our opponent is playing quite into mill. That's all. This is all I can think of actually. Everything else should be fine. Again, we just need to be relatively aggro early enough. But there we go. Yeah, we're beating the 3-color decks. Actually, to be fair, Kroxa was not... To be fair, I think our opponent made them... If our opponent was aiming to bring back their 6/6, they should have been milling themselves. Merfolk Secret Keeper was a good target for that. That said, we are in trouble if we cannot answer the Ruined Crab or Secret Keeper. Well, no, we can't answer Secret Keeper, but it's a 1-shot 4. The Ruined Crab is a problem, so we need to look... We have... Okay, Fatal Push... 1, 2, 3, 4. Fatal Push, Eliminate, Lightning Strike, Royal Eruption. Okay, that's 4 cards. We added Netroid, so that's a 5th pinpoint card. So, wow. 1 out of 8. We need to have one of those cards. Okay, I guess 1 out of 7 if we include Erebos' Intervention, but this is slow. I'm gonna risk it by keeping it. We do have a Temple of Malice to... Oh, opponent has the Foresight. And it's a 4/4, so... A lot of our cheap removal is gonna whiff here. We might be in trouble in this matchup if our opponent has a lot of X4s. Then again, this is Cube. X4... I was taking a risk by playing... By playing everything that doesn't hit 4. Like I skipped out on I skipped out on the Lava Coil. So that's something I probably should not do next time. So let's keep the Predation on top. We do have a double black with Bond too, so let's keep that in mind. Okay, let's see what we lose. We might actually lose Pelaka Predation because that's our shot at taking out their Sphinx. We might lose Anax because that's our early aggro. Oh, we lost Torbrand. Kind of weird. Well, I'll buy that. Let's hope our opponent does not have Spell Pierce. I'm gonna be... Nope, they did not have Spell Pierce. They have Sublime, they have Sphinx. Atris... We can snipe Atris more easily. The Subliminal Epiphany is gonna be a problem, but we're taking out their Sphinx. So they have a lot of remove... Oh, they're also mana shy. Okay. No, they have Never to Return, but no, not the black mana for it, so... I'm gonna start with Anax first. I kind of want our... Yeah, missing the double black kind of hurt our opponent a bit. I think I might have passed these cards. Oh, wow. He got the Death Dweller back. Opponent might still have a counter spell. If they do. No, they definitely have something. But this is okay. If I see a black Croxa. We will bin... Okay, hold on. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Will actually bin Call of the Death Dweller. Actually, will bin Erebos' Intervention. And so we get the benefit of small creatures. Yeah, our opponent getting stuck on mana really hurt them. I want to review their hand. Okay, I'm taking a look at their hand right now. Last I saw, they had the Sphinx. They kept one card on top. I'm assuming that was a land, so they probably kept the 2-lander with the Sphinx. They kept 2 on top, right? Or 2 on... But yeah, that was a very big mana problem. But you know what? Their loss is my gain. We got our 3 wins. We get to claim, well, 50% more gold than what we started putting in. And nice rares. Ooh, finally, first copy of Canyon Slew. And a Dread Wanderer, too. So there we go. This one's a lot faster because we ended up winning a lot faster. We managed to hit the right colors, we managed to hit the right lanes, and we managed to punish decks that took longer. So well, let's consider that in Cube, this is still a possibility. It's not always about playing the biggest objectively. You have to play the best cards along a certain strategy. And we identified that red was pretty good. And we kind of stuck to it. And we were able to support it with some decent black and that we were able to cut off. Anyway, that's it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on notifications and whatnot. And as always, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care, God bless, stay safe wherever you are. Have a great... May you guys have a great 2021. Until then, thank you very much for watching. See you.